So we're heading back to my old stomping grounds in Harlem. Sonia is right, but I ain't even gonna charge that to racism. When you live in New York, if it's not somewhere walkable, you really aren't trying to be bothered. Like, you gotta get on the subway to go to work. On the weekend, you're like, I'm not leaving the neighborhood. Now, Luann actually went because she was on the Upper West Side, so so it was a quick jaunt. Also, now we're meeting Bershawn. I like the dress. The corset up the front is a bit much, but you know what? I'm gonna give it a pass. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Oh, Leah, is this jumpsuit from your line of Wish.com wear? Cause it's awful. Ramona, I love that Cruella Deville shawl you have. That's cute. That's very you. You're very Cruella. I mean, you're cruel to us when you make us listen to that caterwaul. Bershawn looks kind of like Naturi Naughton, but she's got that deep Marlowe voice. But no John Amos. Oh, God. Ramona's gonna say, this kind of bothers me that it's white and black while they're taking a group photo. You don't have to arrange it. You don't have to arrange it black, white, black, white. Ramona, we already know you're racist, and we really don't care. We already have a low opinion of you. But yeah, Iman, you can come in come in the room after the episode. Ebony said, you know what, girl? We doing the anti-segregate gay thing, so all right, in the spirit of the evening, I'm gonna go with it, but I just would have looked at you. But then Ramomo tells on herself and she says, oh, can you take the picture up and down so it's better for the gram? And Ebony's like, Sonia was right. Aw, Ebony got all the girls' gifts. What'd she get them? I want a gift. Okay, one, I love these Harlem scented candles. I'm gonna have to order these. That packaging is cute. It's the Harlem Candle Company, y'all. I'ma check them out. Oh, God, and here comes Leah's sister. Who invited her? Okay, so we getting a whole Harlem history lesson. I don't mind seeing her educate the women. I think we should do more stuff in our friendships like this. I want to know about your culture. You want to know about mine? No, Leah, you are not worthy of James Baldwin, but girl, I guess. It was a 2-minute Aki Boo moment. Y'all could deal with it. Lord knows your history is crammed down our throat when you go on your little winery tours or your old home tours, so we can get some in too. Oh, Bershawn is on her. Well, we're Americans and we live in the United States of America, and we should be a melting pot. We should all be able to get together and party, but we can't. And Ebony, you are correct. We are all the same, but we're not given the same opportunities or the same treatment. And of course, they're starting with grilled octopus. And of course, Ramona has to leave in the middle of the meal to go get that puss pounder. Ramomo, you don't need to get up and pretend to fall over like that heifer did today in the Victoria's Secret to get people to believe something's wrong with you. It's not vertigo, it's asshole. You've got asshole, and you can go home, tend to that. Okay, so Bershawn has completely taken over the evening to have fun, and Ebony wanted to sit and have serious conversation. I think you should have let the girls know what type of evening you had planned so they would have gone along with it. Because everybody just thought they were going to a normal Housewives dinner where, we're going to either bicker or get really drunk. So Bershawn is like, okay, would you break up with the guy with the small penis? Yeah, because eventually it's going to get in the way. So the next day, Ebony and Leah have a lunch. Leah finally looks nice in this 60s look. Ebony is the queen of the monochromatic look. This hair and this lipstick, the turtleneck, you're giving notes of Sade. Oh, Leah, you love having conversations with your black friends about race. Then somebody should have clued you in on how to deal with Michael Chi. So Leah's like, look, Ebony, the Black History lesson was great, but we can have some fun too. Luann, I ain't here to listen about your drinking. Fast forward and best fiends. Oh Lord, and from Ramona's daughter to Leah's daughter, did this turn into the family hour? Oh good, things are getting interesting again with another great monochromatic look from Ebony. This leather jacket is everything, and it just makes Ramona look even cheaper than she is. And that's a cheap hoe. So Ramomo says, I want to get to know the woman behind the educator. Oh, Ebony gonna ask her about the election. Get her, girl. Ooh. And she is giving this outfit is giving a little bit of Black Panther realness. She's getting the Ramona eyes. She's getting the Ramona eyes. She's like, I really don't like to think about it. I've been thinking about it so much. Ramona's like, look, I looked up white fragility, microaggressions. I did some homework. Let's talk about that. I put in some effort. But don't get me to say I'm a Trump supporter on camera. You know that's just going to be death for me. How is Ramona running away from Ebony in her own house? So Ramona finally comes out of her room. In her own house, she ran and hid in her room. And she's got on her happy place necklace. So Ramona says, now the other girls is feeling like you're lecturing us too. And sometimes people don't want to talk politics, and sometimes you need a friend to just, relax with. So Ramona does have a point, but Ebony has a point too. And if you could just be honest, you could get the subject changed. It's the fact that you're avoiding it. Oh my God! Do you have a coat closet for my blackness, Ramona? I mean, honestly, I have to say Ramona has a point where it's like, I just wanted to have, a fun party dinner, and maybe I wanted to talk. Ramona's got issues, she worried about her fish-eyed daughter. She's mad that her husband done left her. It's only old Coot Cock that's getting at her in the Regency Hotel. So she's got some troubles too. I know this heifer did not say, okay, look, I'm going now. It was lovely to see you. Ramona know that race is gonna slip out. Oh my God, Ebony said, I don't even know how to lock up. You was gonna abandon me. All right, well, that was the shit. So we open with Leah offering the girls a group trip to Salem to get our minds off of the election. And we're starting off with a latex and leather dinner. How Candy Burris. I've had enough of the dungeon, thank you. Meanwhile, across town, Ramona's having lunch with Brashawn. And Brashawn said, oh, I thought you left early because you didn't like the event. Ramona said, but why wouldn't I like the event unless you didn't like the event? And Brashawn said it was educational. Ramona called it a hard sell. It wasn't a hard sell, but it was, I can understand, I didn't know we were doing this tonight. And now we have Ebony in a beautiful white monochromatic look. She said, you know what? I've got a theme and I'm sticking to it. And we gonna set Sonia up with a coup. So Ebony brings up the fact that Ramomo threw Sonia under the bus saying she thought she was too preachy. And Sonia said, I didn't say that, but them heifers cut me off. I said it was your life's work. And Ebony said, okay, well, I can have fun in different conversations. I just needed to, know who you all were. But I'm going to make sure that we have a nice time on our way to Salem. I'm going to talk to the girls about everything on the way to Salem. And then in Salem, it's just going to be fun. So we had a cute little meeting with the matchmaker. Sonia seems reasonable in her expectations. So Leah got the girls a big sleeper bus. Ciao, now Sonia's like, Luann, where's your Gumby vibrator? Because I had that one that was stuck in the chicken at Ramomo's. I mean, you look like chicken, raw chicken, so I just wipe it off and keep moving. So the bus ride was pretty uneventful. We find out a little more about Brashawn, and we get to the hotel, which is cute. So we 38 minutes in, and we finally getting into leather and lace. Ain't nothing happened. Oh my God, Sonia did not just tell Ebony, oh, you can tweak. No, honey, that's what you do when you pop one pill too many. So we finally sit down to dinner, and they asked Sonia about her trip with Ebony, and she said, oh, it was wonderful, chill, just talk, girl talk, nothing about the movement. Sonia said, some people thought it was a little heavy. Brashawn said, what's wrong with her platform? Brashawn had that. Whitney Houston, I know you didn't say. Sonia is stirring the turd. She's like, oh, I'm going to make these heifers answer. I know what Ramomo's doing. We can't get to the fun and the kiki if I have an outstanding question in my mind. Are you aligned with white supremacy? There, I said it. I went on and said, now we can deal with it because it's out there. Naked and unafraid. It is not 4:37. Luann just went. So everybody is like, okay, Ebony, we do want to talk about it and we hear you, but they didn't put two and two together with who you're voting for and the alignment. But Ebony's right. Either you're a part of the solution or a part of the problem. Oh, okay. Leah says, look, when I came into the group, you gave me a little bit of shit. Ebony is not taking any of your shit, and you can't hack it. Leah says, look, every article, it's first black housewife, first black housewife. You haven't had a black woman in this group in 13 years. This is pressure on her. Then Ramona starts trying to say, oh, well, she's used to the press. She's in the press. Then Ramona and Leah get into it. Oh, my God. Ramona did not say to Ebony, but you're living a great life. I don't understand. One, we had to fight way harder to live that great life. We would be living a much greater life if we were white. Two, we can lose that greater life much quicker than you can. And three, okay, if I have a great life, but my cousins don't have a great life, my friends don't have a great life, people who look like me aren't allowed to have great lives, then why does my great life matter when they don't have the same opportunities? I'm just supposed to take my opportunity and say fuck everybody else? If that's what white people did, if the situations was flipped, child, they'd be fucked. Okay, so finally Ebony says it. I'm talking about 45. Oh, Leah's sitting back just so proud of her friend. She said, oh yeah, Leah would have high-fived her if she could have. This is, you know what, this is uncomfortable, but this is really an honest representation of what the last year has been like. Uncomfortable, awkward. So Bashan tries to shut it down because it really is kind of going nowhere. Ebony, I know you wanted to come to a really cute head and get Ramona to admit it, but once you said your mama voted, it's going to be too much back and forth. I also think that these are genuinely points that are going to take a long time to really sink in, and a quick season just ain't enough to give them a lifetime of education. And political conversations can get heated, can get tedious. We went there, we had the moment, maybe we could revisit it later, but it was getting a little just like, okay, how long are we going to do this? Because that's how political conversations get. Leah had a good point. I don't know if she can have these conversations. She can barely speak the English language. I think also she knows she has some really uneducated beliefs, and that's why she's so nervous, because if she really says what she believes, it's really what she was taught, what she's never looked into, anecdotal evidence, and it's rooted up, and much of that is rooted in racism. And she knows that, and she's like, I better not say anything. Her friends probably told her, you better shut up. You better shut the up. And so she's like, let's just have girl talk. Brashawn, however, is like, look, I'm trying to get on the season. I will check these heifers next season. I'll get in there and be insidious. Ramona came back and Leah said she did the I'm white dance. Oh, Lord, not the I'm sorry, I'm white. You know what I will say? Ebony, you should have cut to the chase. Gone on and asked her, why do you support Trump? Just gone on, giving her some reasons. Is this, or is this? How does this make you feel? And just really had the conversation with her. I will say, if that's what you really wanted to know, there was a bit of a dance around. There was a bit of a shimmy. If you had just gotten to it, it wouldn't have gone on like it has. Like, I think that would maybe have been a better conversation to have in the Hamptons. Even before the Hamptons.